explain that? Like, what is energy? How do we, for as a human?
Yeah, I explain it very differently to different audiences, because I have clients of different religious beliefs, for instance. But most generically, I would say that we are made of cells, and those cells vibrate, which is one of the reasons music is so effective. And the space between those cells create waves, and those waves are energy, just like everything in the universe has energy. That's as right. It's together with cells, okay? So we are a part of all of that energy. And in energy medicine, we believe that shifting that energy that's vibrating inside us can change your mindset, can change your body, can heal major and deep and significant issues effectively. Because if something is vibrating like this and you need it to vibrate like that, that's something that we can change. So one of the things I like to do when people say, I don't believe that there's any energy around, the first test I do is I have people draw in their hands very slowly, because usually about right here, they can feel a little bit of a bounce, just like a magnet. And when you turn the magnet the opposite way, and it bounces across, just like that. You can feel it. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, but you can feel it as you draw your hands in, if you're paying attention, and you can actually shape that energy in front of you. And then I have a junior high child, and he is, of course, a raging skeptic. So I have great fun blindfolding him and then putting my hands on either side of him so he can say right, left, right, left. And, my middle son will get that 100% right. And my oldest son, who's the big skeptic, will get it about 85% right. But he can usually tell exactly where his mommy's hands are, because he can feel my energy. I can be this far away from him and he can feel me from that. So when the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, that is an energetic awareness that you have. So it's really profound. And when you see people who are not connected energetically, some people are connected one direction but not the other, and you need to be connected both directions. So you can see people who are kind of floating around and they're connected up here, and you can see people who are very down, and they're grounded, but they are not connected up top. And I'm actually working on a meditation to connect into flow. So you're in on both of those. That should be ready in a few days, hopefully. But some people seem to have unplugged entirely. And that doesn't mean that the energy doesn't exist within them. It just means that it's static. They're in a stasis and they're not flowing. And if you're not flowing, then you can't reach a state of flow to be creative, to do all of these wonderful things in meditation or whatever that we want to do. So being in a state of flow is what humans reach for. And I used to, when I was a professor, I teach the rock and roll course, and we talk, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. What do all those things have in common? They put you in a state of flow. That's the reason people take them, because, or do them, or sing them, or bang their heads when they're dancing, because it puts you in a state of flow. But with energy, if you know energy medicine, you can actually connect into that flow at any moment. Or shall I say, be aware that you are in the flow. Because some people just turn off the awareness.
Yep, I'm connecting with what you're saying, and it's been a journey for me. I mean, all of this kind of, connecting with myself, my energy, vibration, the frequency that I'm living on, these kind of terms for me 6 months ago or 12 months ago, wasn't even understanding any of this. So, I am connecting with what you're saying. One of our follow-up, Marina's asking, a psychic I went to, she told me I was a psychic. Why is that, Celia?
Well, that means that she could sense certain things in your energy. That means that you're sensitive. You're able to pick up on things. So you might be what psychologists call a highly sensitive person. In fact, they use the word empath, and that's not like Deanna Troi on Star Trek. But what it means is when you're in a big crowd and you feel very tired afterwards, then you are picking up other people's energy. and you're releasing your own energy. So it means you're very, very sensitive to energy. Lots of people think that being psychic means that you can predict the future, and that's not what it means. You know, some people have that gift, but very few do, frankly. You know, some people can see more possibilities than others, let's say, in the quantum field. So it doesn't mean one particular thing. It just means that you're sensitive to energy, and she can see that in your energetic field.
Interesting. You talked about flow, and you know, one thing for me, I feel, which has really shifted my path and being aligned with my higher self, is being in flow with who I am, with really, really, truly connecting with my intuition and my inner being. So is intuition, is that one of the biggest major forces of you being in flow?
Your intuition is always there, okay? But listening to it is a part of being in flow. You know, you can turn it off because it irritates you, because it says things that you're not ready to hear. And when you turn it off, that doesn't mean that it's disappeared. I've had several clients who are like, well, I'm not sure that I have an inner voice, you know, which is what a lot of people are more comfortable calling intuition. If intuition's I don't know that I have an inner voice. I'm like, you have an inner voice. It's right there. You've just gone la 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 for a long time. So once you step into flow, then you can start listening to yourself. And once you start listening to yourself, you can start trusting yourself, and your intuition will tell you more and more and more. But you have to take that first step of going into flow and then doing little things to build up trust in yourself. Because often we can count on us helping other people and taking other people can count on us, but we can't count on ourselves. We can't count on ourselves to stick to our diet, or to be kind to the person we were going to be kind to, or to complete the project on time without being, 6 hours the night before getting it done. And if we can't count on those things for ourselves, we start to separate from flow, and we start to separate from our inner voice. And it makes it, because we don't trust ourselves anymore, and it makes it harder to step back.
Yeah, I believe that. And, it's only since I actually started to listen to my intuition and listen to my inner voice that I actually started to feel true to myself and to be living the way that I'm living now, because I made myself a priority. And another big game changer for me was loving myself, was talking to myself in the mirror, was connecting with myself, giving myself time to understand me, to accept me for who I am, for trusting me, which is something that millions of people don't even realize, that they are not even in a relationship with themselves, and how powerful it actually is.
People seek that validation from others when, you're not going to have a successful relationship or a successful life until you receive that validation from yourself, until you believe that you are worthy, that you are righteous, that you are someone inside. A lot of people are waiting to be real. They think that they're not actually real, like the Velveteen Rabbit. And stepping into flow and accepting that there is flow and listening to yourself is one way to become real.
Yeah, it's really, really powerful. It's, I'm actually like, normally I'm I'm a bit louder, but for some reason I'm feeling your energy and I'm very calm right now.
Yeah, my children would not agree that I have a calming energy, but I do try, in my profession, I do try to have a very calming energy and to put the intention in of calmness when I start a call, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing that, is very not understandable and may seem crazy to a lot of people is understanding how the universe works for you and connecting with synchronicities. And there's signs all around us that are happening, and giving you kind of taps on the shoulder saying, hey, it's all good. This is happening for you, How big is that in your life? How do you connect with the universe, and how do you use that to your benefit?
Well, when I was young, I used to see these moments